Hi everyone, I am Pam.
And I'm Elisa.
And we're the founders of Restful Parenting. We are holistic infant and child sleep consultants and parent coaches. And today we're coming to you with a really quick tip. We've had some questions on the group between sleep cues versus wake windows. So we thought we would jump in and offer a couple of quick tips.
Yeah. So the question that we've been having is, do I follow the time with wake windows, or can I go with my baby's cues and when they're telling me that they're tired? So if you follow your baby's cues and things are working out and you're having nice naps and, it's just flowing, then that's great. There's nothing that you need to change. However, if you find that you are having short naps and, your day is just so early if you're following cues because you might be putting your baby to bed every 40 minutes or something, then it's time to take a look at those wake windows and go a little bit more with the clock. But you can still follow your baby's cues a little bit, right? So the issue with always following cues for most parents and babies is that babies can be so, their cues can just go right by you and you wouldn't even know that they're tired, right? Because those early sleep cues, before they get to the point of overtired, sometimes those early sleep cues are just zoning out and, with that glazed over look on their face and in their eyes. And so if you are not watching them and looking at them the whole time, it's very possible to miss those early sleep cues. And then you get to the point of fussing and crying, and then you're just missing that cue, and then they're going to bed overtired, which can then contribute to those short naps and just the overall sleep.
Yeah, once we get to fussing, crying, we've missed that optimal time for getting them down.
Now, there is an exception to this. So we're going to throw you for a little loop here, and we're going to throw something else at you. So what happens if you've got a 4-month-old or a 5-month-old, and the wake windows for that age are an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes type thing? What happens if you've got one that's only napping for 30 to 45 minutes, and then they're so tired by an hour after they've been awake that you don't know, should I push them now until for longer and put them to bed overtired? This is the one exception to that overtired rule, because what can happen is if they're going to bed too early on a regular basis, we're not just talking one wake time here in a day, we're talking like every time. If they can't handle at 4 or 5 months, if they can't handle being awake for longer than 40 minutes or an hour without getting really fussy because they're only having 30-minute naps, then that can contribute and create that cycle and perpetuate those short naps because they're going to bed too early, right? And we want to be able to stretch them so that over time they're able to go longer in between sleep periods. One thing you want to make sure that you're doing is if your 4 and 5-month-old is having 30-minute naps, you really, really want to start working on lengthening those naps. So we have a great podcast on how to lengthen the naps and what you could be doing. If you've done sleep coaching, then you'll want to extend the nap by keeping them in their sleep space for longer. If you haven't done sleep coaching and you're rocking to sleep, that could be one of the reasons why they're waking up after 30 minutes, because they're relying on you to come back in there and hold them again, right?
Really big piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, what you want to do is make sure that you're still keeping them in that sleep space, even if it's a 30-minute nap. The podcast goes into detail about that. So
and I'll link it below.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we link that and we make it visible for you to find that. But if you can't find the link, it's All Things Sleep and Parenting on Stitcher, on Anchor, so find that podcast and watch that. You really want to get on top of those short naps. If you're 4 and 5-month-old, 6-month-old is still having 30-minute naps, it's going to start to come into the way of nighttime sleep, and you really want to get those naps lengthened and good, nice restorative naps of at least an hour to an hour and a half for the 5-6-month-olds. again, we go into detail about
Yeah.
how many naps they should be having and the length of the naps in the podcast. But you really want to make sure that you get on top of that so that they can start sleeping well. And then you won't have to worry about them not being able to handle the longer wake times.
Yes.
All right.
Great.
Thanks.
Thanks.